Oh.
Hey guys, Captain Forrest here, and today's power scaling video will be on Nico Minoru from Marvel 616. Now if you guys enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and perhaps leaving a like and a comment down below to help out the channel and help it grow. So anyways, let's get started. So I will be covering Nico Minoru's comic run. If you guys want me to do a live adaptation scaling on the Nico Minoru, just let me know down in the comment section. I'll definitely do another video in the future. I wanted to do the comic version because she has crazy scaling and a lot more abilities. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the backstory. So Nico Minoru is a Japanese goth girl who was born into a family of mages. Both her parents are mages, and they were both involved in the cult called the Pride. They would perform blood rituals with her friends' parents for the Gibberoth in order to obtain immortality. Alex, who was aware of his parents' goal to obtain immortality, which the gods only would offer 6 out of the 12 participants immortality, Alex wanted his parents, himself and Nico and her parents, to betray the other 6 members who had the same intentions. Alex would manipulate the runaways into thinking they were trying to go against their parents, when in fact he was in control the whole time, as Nico manifests the Staff of One to fight back her parents. Once Alex reveals his plan to everyone, Nico was in shock and in complete rage as she rejected the idea of killing Chase, Carolina, Molly, and Gertrude and their parents. So instead, the plan was thwarted by Molly as she ruins the ritual. Nico, who was in love with Alex at the time, would witness Alex be vaporized by the gods in the failed ritual, and Nico, who still blames herself for Alex's death, was left in a duality of hatred and sorrow. After the event was over, Nico went on with Molly, Chase, Carolina, and Gertrude to continue the faction known as the Runaways. Okay folks, that's just a brief explanation of Nico's backstory. Now let's get right into her attack potency, speed, abilities, etc, etc. So for her attack potency, mainly coming from her magic, from the low ends of low multiversal plus to multiversal plus, you can even argue higher, and I'll get into that a little bit more. So let's start off with the basics. So Nico's magic can affect and hurt characters like Captain Marvel and Ant-Man. Captain Marvel herself has lamped the absolute crap out of a possessed Hyperion. This same Hyperion can tank 2 universes. There are 10 realms as stated by Odin himself, that the branches contain 10 universes. Odin seals a universe and creates a universe-sized prison. And inside these universes contain 10 complex universes that are contained within a universe-sized prison. Odin goes on to state that each infinite universe contains their own story, as even it was stated to Loki that he would witness an infinite array of alternate versions of himself. Thor and the other Asgardians alike beyond the plane he rules. But that's not all folks. If we look more closely at the context behind this and look at how the universes work in Marvel, each universe creates infinite realities every infinitesimal/quantum moment. There are already infinite universes by default. So, infinite universes create their own infinite universes, which in turn create a multitude of additional infinities. This process goes on ad infinitum, aka infinitely. Infinite universes into infinite universes into infinite multitude of infinities, infinities, universes, again, again, and again, infinitely, every infinitesimal moment. Essentially, each universe/reality within the regular multiverse is a multiversal plus structure. So right there you have very high degree of multiversal plus scaling, and Nico's magic can affect these top tier herald tier characters who have their own multiversal plus scaling, or even if you want to go off the safe ends of low multiversal plus. Now there is arguably a high hyper statement, and or you can even argue outerversal. The Staff of One itself was stated to make Dormammu himself tremble, because Dormammu fears the Staff of One. And if you want to take this statement any further, you could actually argue, high hyper outerversal, given the fact that the Howl Lords, of course, their realms exist pretty high in the Marvel multiverse. So depending on where you want to go with this statement, it's completely up to you. But consistently, she should be around the ranges of multiversal plus or low ends of low multiversal plus, or if you want to take it higher with the statement, but of course tread at your own caution. Okay, so moving on to speed. So Nico Minoru should easily have immeasurable speed. Nico is fast enough to tag the likes of Ultron and Captain Marvel with her magic. The same Ultron and Captain Marvel can react to Thor, and Thor has consistently demonstrated that he is fast enough to keep up with the likes of Silver Surfer in combat. He's reacted to Silver Surfer's attacks and even blitzed him on certain occasions. This same Silver Surfer can also travel through time with his raw speed alone, so easily immeasurable speed. Okay folks, that's pretty much it for her attack potency and speed. Now let's get into her Staff of One, and let's talk about some of her equipment, and then after I've talked about that, we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes of her spells and her reality warping magic. The Staff of One is a catalyst that Nico uses in combat. She uses reality warping magic and spells. Nico is granted an alternate way to use her spells without the need to cut herself to apply blood. By allowing her staff to bleed into her, Nico sacrifices a tiny part of herself to the staff, in turn allowing the staff to become a part of her and allowing her to use her spells without the need to give it blood through cutting herself. The Staff of One can also manifest itself into its human form, and the staff also contains unlimited power. Nico expands and improves her vocabulary with her magic thanks to vision, allowing her to cast the same spells using different languages and phrases to bypass the staff's drawback of the inability to cast the same spell twice. The Staff of One contains all the powers of the past, present and future. If you attempt to steal or take possession of the Staff of One, a giant demon will be automatically summoned and will devour you and BFR you. Nico's parents also state that the Staff of One makes even the dread Dormammu tremble. And that's pretty much it for the staff. Let's talk about Nico's witch arm. Before Nico's arm was fixed, Nico had a magic mechanical arm which contains magic. She can use her magic imbued arm in combination with her Staff of One to attack her foes, such as casting blunt force. Nico can also use spells through the witch arm alone as well. Nico uses her magic arm to cast back her Staff of One when it was taken from her. Nico can also amp the potency of her magic and physical attacks with her magic when she's bloodlusted, which allows her to punch down and mutilate a demon. And that's pretty much it for her weapons. Let's move on to Nico's hexes. Nico has an assortment of spells. She uses spells such as Time Freeze, where she freezes Gertrude's mother in place. Nico can cast smoke from her staff to blind her foes by saying the word smoke. Nico can cast the word burst, which causes 2 spray bottles to burst. She can also do this to living people if she chooses to. She also has some gravity manipulation. She caused Chase's parents to float in the air by saying float on. She caused Alex's gauntlets to break apart by saying hands off. She's also used the same spell, but instead it was called disable, which completely destroyed and disassembled Deathlocket's laser cannon. She can cast deconstruct, which caused a villain's body to fall apart like salami. She can bombard you with sound waves by casting Rockstar, which fires a blast of magic upon contact, causes the foe to experience a large sharp noise, causing them pain. Nico can make your weapons backfire on you, such as casting You Suck, which caused Turbo's wrist turbines to reverse on itself, causing them to explode. Nico can nullify electricity by casting Insulation, which negged Victor's electricity. Nico is also capable of casting a knockout spell. Nico also has some sealing hacks. Nico can cast Shine On Like a Diamond, which she sealed Ultron's body inside a diamond. Nico can also cast an invisibility spell. Nico can also cast Acid Rain to burn her opponents. Nico's also very capable of casting transmutation spells, such as Old Lace to Old Yeller, which turned Gertrude's dinosaur into a dog. She also cast a very similar spell like this, which caused her friends to be petrified and turned to stone. She's also cast Hellfire, which burns your soul to ash. Dreamtime, to put you to sleep. She's used the spell on 2 occasions, such as putting Spider-Man to sleep and the A-Force to sleep, which consisted of Medusa, Dazzler, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk. She can also blind her foes by saying Sunburst and cast Get Lost, which blinds Hawkeye. But Nico's intentions of the spell was to BFR her to Mars. Nico can also erase memories by saying forget. Nico can also cast size manipulation spells. Nico can also cast magic cages to trap her foes. She can also cast phasing spells to phase through the roof by saying going down. Nico is very capable of casting death hack spells, such as Crash, causing all of Kingpin's ninjas to drop dead. Nico also casts Grim Reaper to insta-kill a woman. She turned Maneater into a vegan just by casting a spell by saying vegan. She also cast a spell called The Show Must Go On to prevent Gertrude's parents from trying to change and intervene with the future. She also cast Scatter, which she BFR'd the Magistane's soldiers to random countries. She also has more ceiling hacks arguments, where she even threatened to put a person inside of a pickle jar. She can also cast Wings, which allows her to fly. She's able to fly and cause giant floods with her spells. Nico can cast a giant eagle to aid her in battle. Nico can cast Cocoon to restrain her foe and cast Bondage to restrain a bunch of demons in chains. Nico also has empathy manipulation, as she casts Settle Down to calm down Carla and make her fall asleep. Nico casts Crystal Light, which BFR'd / erased the house and everything surrounding it. Nico casts Abraham Lincoln, which created a magical wooden house around them to protect Nico and her friends. Nico has also cast similar spells such as Snow Globe to protect her and Chase from the snow. Nico also has attack reflection. She cast Deflector Shields to reflect a lightning based attack back at her opponent. Nico also has existence erasure. She cast Be Unmade, causing Antimatter's body to vanish. He states it felt like it was being in the dark and nothingness. Nico's cast Free Your Mind to remove brainwashing and mind control. Nico's also cast Be Still to completely immobilize her opponents. Nico can also amplify her opponent's attack power, such as amplifying Captain Marvel by giving her a burst of energy. Nico is also capable of power nullification. While Nico was under Countess's spell, she turned off She-Hulk's, Captain Marvel, and Dazzler and Medusa's powers with her spells. Nico also cast Unworthy to power null Allison making her hammer fall to the ground when she called upon it. Nico has cast a spell on Medusa, allowing her to breathe and move around in space. Nico casts Keep Our Faces Shield to protect her and the team from a radiation blast after antimatter was destroyed. Nico uses a spell which makes Countess change her evil ways by making her feel love. Nico can also cast illusions of herself and cast clones. Nico casts Back Off to push Captain Marvel and Medusa. She's also cast a similar spell such as Get Out to blast away Chase, who was also amped and had control of the Dark Hawk suit. Nico can also teleport herself by punching in and saying coordinates of where she needs to teleport to. Nico can also cast spells which can also reverse the effects of transmutation. Nico has also cast Bioenergy and fires an energy blast at a shark. Nico casts Blow and shoots out a blast of magic at her opponents. Nico performs an area of effect with her magic against some shield goons. Nico's cast Gunshot, blasting a giant magic bullet at her foes. Nico can use ice manipulation, such as casting Chill Out to freeze everyone with an area of effect. Nico was able to break out of an invisible barrier by saying Pop. Nico also cast Goo Be Gone to break her teammates out of the slime that was suffocating them. Nico is very capable of casting spells which can stop your heart. Nico cast Force Quit, causing her ops to give up. Nico can cast Sun Circus, causing two dudes to ram into each other into a 69 position. The spell is a reference to the Sun Circus, which performers will perform acrobatics. Nico's cast Wardrobe Malfunction to cause her opponent's cloaks to get in the way. Nico can also use telekinesis. Nico casts Dance, making her opponents dance involuntarily. Nico casts Empty Clip, causing her opponent's bullets to disappear. Nico casts Herd Cats to pacify a bunch of hostile cats to follow her command. Nico casts Here Comes the Sun to make the sun appear. Nico was able to summon an astral projection to trick Cyclops and then hits him. Nico casts Paranema to heal herself. Nico also has disease manipulation. She casts Outbreak, giving her opponents the pox and causing her opponents to experience a crazy outbreak on their skin. Nico can cast Safe House and Slam Door to open and close portals. Nico also has fire manipulation and absorption. She casts Backdraft to absorb the heat and fire around her. She also casts Recycle to shoot back the fire at her foes. Explosion manipulation. Nico can cast Botsplode, causing the broken sentinel to explode. Electric manipulation. Nico can cast Thunderstruck and shoot out a thunderbolt. Nico can cast Giant Killer, which summons vines from the ground to restrain you. Nico can cast Dirt Nap to bury you in the ground. As she can also cast Igneous Rock to turn a lava golem into magma, and then cast Sedimentary to turn its body into just rocks. She can also cast Quicksand to cause a robot to sink into the sand, and she can also cast Brain Freeze to freeze a demon's head. She's also been able to cast a spell called On the Rocks to freeze half the broken sentinel's body. She can also cast Winter is Coming, which shoots out a giant wolf shield to protect her from attacks. That's pretty much it for all of her reality warping spells, which are pretty much combat applicable. More so for her other stuff. Nico is taught hand-to-hand combat, and she's pretty proficient with her staff in combat, and she was taught by Doc Justice. Nico and her teammates would undergo daily workouts to improve their fitness and training. Nico was also able to get amped by her ancestor, and she was able to endure the torture, which gives her great and incredible pain tolerance, and she also got more adept and more proficient with using her spells. She also has magical intellect and senses, was able to deduce the song playing from the radio was an enchantment spell turning people into mind-controlled zombies. Nico was completely unaffected by the brainwashing spell / transmutation that was playing on the radio, which turns you into a mind-controlled zombie. When Nico is bloodlusted, she turns and runs on instincts. Nico has type 4 immortality. Her staff of 1 brings her back to life after dying and bleeding out. She also receives a giant amp of magic, and her powers increase when this happens. Nico is also unaffected by her own spells, and Nico also has some resistance to mind manipulation. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Pretty lengthy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I poured a lot of effort into this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But anyway, Captain Forest, signing out, peace.